Hey guys, it's Ava from Ava Talks Acting. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited for you guys to watch this video today. Alan is such a sweet guy. I met him a few years ago while working on a film in Oklahoma, and he's going to be talking about a time he dealt with a really hard rejection, how he got through it, and why you always need to practice your craft. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hey, quick story for you. So, the toughest lesson I ever learned came after having a show, well, it wasn't my show, but I was a series regular for my first time. And it was Blue Mountain State, first comedy, and it did really well in its demographic, all things considered. It was #1 in its demographic. The network had nominated me for an Emmy or put me up for an Emmy. I felt like it was my time, like I earned this. I deserve whatever I want now. The world is Hollywood is my oyster. So, and I sort of feel like, why am I not being offered everything there is in existence? And I'm kind of getting more bitter as time goes on, and I get an audition for Thor. Now I had been on several, and I felt like I knocked it out of the park, and I had gotten a couple like too skinny, too fat, too tall, too short, too old, too young. I mean, just there's no way to fit in. If somebody has something in mind, there's nothing you can do to change that. And I got more and more bitter. So I get this audition for Thor, and I'm like, well, all anybody cares about is like the looks. Am I too big, too small, whatever? Who cares? If I fit the profile, like I'm gonna get it. I kind of look like this guy, If I look like the guy, it doesn't matter how good I am. So I went in very bitter, and I didn't really work on this. I sort of was like, oh, I'll phone it in, Like I didn't say I was going to phone it in, but it's like still on book, So I walk in and I do my thing and leave, and I get a phone call from the casting directors. And these are the biggest casting directors, right? Nobody goes out of their way to say that you don't have it. But I got a call to say that you don't have it, and you did. Said, we've seen thousands of guys. As soon as you walked in, we were like, please, if this guy can just act, he's perfect for this. And as soon as you began, we realized this guy has no craft. This guy doesn't understand how to do the work, and he's not prepared enough for this opportunity. Bit of a gut check there. And so what I did with that loss defined the next several years. Now, I took those sides, and I went and hired a well-known acting coach in town. And I said, I'm never gonna get this part. This is just for me. I want you to help me get to the point where I understand the craft, or I am prepared enough. I wanna know what that day should have felt like, so that I never forget, and so then I have those muscles to exercise the next audition with properly. And we met every day for 3 weeks. 3 weeks in, we're working, and something just happens. And it was right. It was good. It was what it was meant to be. And my understanding of that character and that role and that material was a part of the fabric of who I am. And so it was real. And he stopped and he said, "Dad, you feel that?" I said, "Yeah, I did. I noticed something very different." That's what you have to do. It took me 3 weeks to get there, to that point. I made it my mission to work so hard on the craft side of things that would never, ever be something that could be said about me again. And I've redefined my reputation in the industry as being, I think, one of the harder workers, if not the hardest on sets that I'm on, most prepared. I never, ever want to be underprepared again. If I lose an opportunity, I want it to be because I didn't fit the part, or the essence of who I am and what I'm able to bring to a part doesn't match or align with what the producers or filmmakers are after, but not because I was not prepared or didn't understand the craft. That's my job. If I do my job, I can live with myself should nothing else pan out. The next thing that I booked was a role in The Hunger Games, and I went on to do 2 films of Ninja Turtles. The quality and caliber and the frequency of working changed drastically from the time that I got that phone call saying, we wish you'd done the work, and everything that's taken place since. So my best advice is if you to understand the craft, to do the work, and if you do, and the chips don't fall in your favor, then you can live with yourself. And that's how I get through. That's how I get through 100 auditions at a time with nothing, knowing like, that just wasn't right for me then. I did my best and I felt good about it. That's all that matters.